Welcome back to my channel, Auntie DTV, and happy day to you all. Wherever you are in the world at this moment watching the video, it could be morning, night, evening. I'm still saying happy day to you all. Happy night, happy evening, happy morning. Now, I want to add my little bit on Mamito's party, a very vibrant and lively party that was held a few days ago. I watched it. I watched the video. I'm impressed by a number of things. There are some things that I see which might have been a little disgusting, but I'm trying to add my point of view. And guys, as you look at it, reason, comment on it, and let me know because we have to learn to disagree to agree, right? No, when I look at the party, it was well attended. And I noticed too that in that community, based on what I've been observing over a period of time, they support each other. They're always there. It's Colors community and J Bud and Socks and T Bag, right? All of them is their community. So Papi Spearfishing, all of those guys, Malvi. I look at all of them in that community and I think it's a lovely community and I like the greenery and the way it's so fruitful. One day I'm going to come there now, one of these days, one of these days. But guys, let me get back to the point now. No, the party was held. I'm familiar with those type of parties too. You know, the party was planned, it was well supported, and Mamito, in her comments, she said it's the best party since her mother's death of 19 years ago. And guys, for her, it's like she's now coming to grips. You know, I've lost my mom a little less than that. And even last night, I was talking about her. So when you see a support and you see people coming together to share with you, you know, so Mamito was having a good time. And I think everybody was having a good time. Remember, everything was free. And once it's free, everybody going to put out their full, and enjoy, eat and drink and be happy, be festive. It was a nice coming together. No, I look at it to say that Mamito is an adult and she's having her party and she would have let everybody know, whether it be flyers, no flyers, word of mouth, everything went together. So everybody come out and, well, most persons I would think, from what I've seen, they come out and give her their support. No, Mamito cannot be held, or anybody who is to be held responsible for anything that goes wrong there would have to be the parents. I would put it, and I'm not really say blaming, just because some parents are young and they are not experienced. They take things for granted. I've seen some young teenage parents and the way they do things before their children. The children they can't do otherwise. Some children are the living examples of their parents because their parents put them out like that. Unlike my parents many years ago who were so old, we couldn't even hug, we couldn't even kiss, you couldn't even do certain things, you couldn't do certain type of rocking. You barely rocking your head, they say, what you doing, dancing? You can't do those things. You may can sing with your mouth, sing good songs, clap your hands, and barely stamp your feet. So now I look to say we are in what is called a modern age. Now we have a generation gap. And if we are going to try to heal a wound which is already there are many ways we can try. I believe we can break down, we can push them away. They were at the party, they enjoy themselves, parents dancing, children watching parents dancing, friends dancing, everybody dancing. Some were more outrageous than the other because that's what they are accustomed to. But I think the parents, they should have been more attentive to the time when the thing was going on. Some of those children should be back at their home. But who said there would have been anyone there to take care of them? So they have the children with them. So they eat and they drink and they dance. And when they're ready to go home, everybody go home together. Now, if it was in other times, you'd have good neighbors or good family, extended family members who could assist in overseeing those children. Now you don't have much of that. Everybody is living as a single parent, more or less. So, and I look also to say that um, the with Grongad's dancing, we all learned over the past, ever since I've been watching Colors. She is very jovial. She's like a comedian. She dances in her early time before joining the group, and they know she can dance. And I don't know if she had too much to eat or too much to drink, or she was excited. She was overwhelmed with happiness that the entire community was there, and her former boss and everybody. I think somehow, in my view, she became overwhelmed and happy. You know, sometimes some people happy, they cry, some laugh, they do all strange things. And I think, in my view, having been, I don't want to be isolating herself away from the team and, you know, the whole drawback with the team and her. I think that somehow something nudged her. So she didn't know, she just kept going and going and going. I think she could have passed out, you know. But on the other hand, I look again and say, one has to take control of their behaviors and their actions, especially when they become a mother, even if the children are not yours. But especially there, you have to set a certain example because what her children are there to see. The baby see but cannot talk, right? And the son and other people see. Other children say, "Oh, you know, I saw your mother dancing like this, or your mother was like this, or your mother crazy, or your mother dancing like that. Oh, your mother can dance." The child is going to hear so many comments, and some he may be happy, some he may not be happy. So we as parents have to take responsibility that whatever we do, remember, children are there to watch us, even our very own, and even those who are not ours. They are there. They are seeing. So we have to try at all times, not that we are trying to force ourselves, but we have to maintain a certain level so that we can get respect. So if we are not able to maintain that level, there won't be any respect shown, right? And then we are going to complain that people don't like us. And then the young people going to say you don't like them, right? I remember the days when people were dancing, you know, dancing almost in one position, rent a tile or something like that. They don't move up and down. No, I see them dance and run up and over the place and jump and do gyrate. They see it on the television, they see it in the carnival. It's all in their view. It's all in their view. It's not like when we were younger, when television sets were not common, one television set or two maybe in a community. So you have to clean up yourself and go to a community home, a person's home, and sit there nicely. And you have to be watching something sensitive. You have to be watching the news and the weather, which you may not want to see. You want to see something else. I remember ring ding. You know, children want to see something else. So when they are so exposed, it can't be any better. It can't be any better. So it's hardly blaming, putting a direct blame. You know, I think it is more of say trying to educate the children from before some of them are born, because see some people go into parties and dance and them gyrating and they have the big stomach before them. What do you expect? So we have to still educate them, because if we are looking for better society, better, we have to start educating. Education is key. Education doesn't only comes within the four walls; it's also outside, wider society. And I'm hoping that someone may have, you know, given some little advice that in the future, you know, can say it nicely to Mamito, can say it nicely to Grongod, and encourage the parents. Person can sit and say, "Boy, I see you dance last night, man. You nearly danced off your foot." But you know, when practice, you know, say something, say it nicely, but don't go in an aggressive way. So you're pushing people away. So next time if Mamito wants our party, nobody will want to go because people watching and complaining and comparing and talking a lot. So we don't want to dampen that togetherness, but we have to know how we tackle it. Let us not put down anybody. Let us try and lift up persons, because if we are going to put down people, it's going to be sad. It's going to be sad. We're going to have a division, and we don't want to encourage division. Yes, we want to speak our minds, but how do we do it? Are we going to be hurting people when we speak our minds and say we don't care? We have to do whatever we are doing out of love. We have to do it out of love. And also, I look at it to say that whatever we do, remember, there's a God up above, right? Whatever we do and say. So dancing is not the only sin, but we must try to help others to turn them in another more positive direction, right? Because remember, we have people who they don't go to church, they don't speak God in their homes. The children grew up the same way. So how are you expecting them to behave differently? How are you expecting those parents who don't have no God in them life or things like that to behave different when they go out and hear the music playing? Those that are Christians would probably say to somebody, could you play some nice, in before the party date, could you play some nice music? But when they see certain music, whatever is mentioned, they know the type of music to expect. They go dressed for those music too. They don't go like they're going to church. So you see the dress mode that they are in, right? So I believe that, we have to look at children, how we dress our children, how we put them out there. The dressing speaks, the language they use speaks, the body language that they use also speak. So I think that, you know, we have to look at some things and also look at our different type of dances that we have, quadrille, mento, reggae, all of them. And all of them has to do with the movement of the hip. But the way it is being done now, it would have appeared outrageous, but in their side, it's just dancing, right? So that's my take on it. I don't want to create any animosity. I want persons to say something, man, and tell me what you think. If my views make sense, what can we do? We put out things to the public. They see, some may not respond, some may not comment. But how are we going to move on if we don't share? I might be controversial, and a person may have a point which is good, and we use it and link up. We have to, this thing is not just, it doesn't rest on one person. I'm not trying to assess the party neither, because I believe it was a good party. And we have to pay attention to the fact that Mamito is an adult, it was an adult party. So we all know it was an adult party, not a child's party. If Mamito had a daughter or a son, it was their party, the child, or then we could say it was a children's party. But it was an adult party, so the adults took the children along because they're all family and friends in the same community. So, guys, tell me what you think. Uh, Please don't come at me negatively. Let us share the point. This is YouTube and we are allowed to share our point respectively. So let us reason. Let us reason, man. Come on, and let's just talk more about it. And so, while those persons who were there, other persons are around the world too. Because what happens at that party would have happened or will happen elsewhere. It's happening elsewhere. Not just in that one community, it's happening all over. So persons can see and hear and take a little from it. So guys, thank you for watching my video and share your comment and share the video so you all can have a positive communication. We are not just going to be at dagger's end and cursing at each other, but share so we can lead others. Remember that when Jesus was on earth, he went everywhere to find everybody. He didn't just stay in the church. So if we are going to help persons on the way, by the wayside, we have to do it out of love. Have a good day now, and thank you for watching this video. I'm out. Bye.